Hi, you're listening to the Outsourcing Hub podcast, the pod that brings you anything and everything about building great teams combined with powerful technology. And we promise to share infinite opportunities, news, updates, and trends in the industry. Hosted by the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at Infinit-O, Mike Gunyon.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our Infinit-O Outsourcing podcast. I'm Mike Gunyon, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Infinit-O. Infinit-O is positioned in the marketplace as a firm that focuses in on three primary segments: the technology space, healthcare, and the investment management service space. Within those three disciplines, we pride ourselves on being a very agile and custom-based provider of services, outsourcing services, where we bring together and build out high-performance teams for our clients, as well as integrating technology and business intelligence into every client's solution. So in the case of investment management, we have clients where we've built out teams as small as 5, all the way up to our largest team, which is approximately 200 team members. So very broad sets of custom teams, primarily focused on the middle and back office for investment management firms. Today, we're going to be talking about specifically the back office space. And I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Eric Ebia, who is the Director of Financial Services and local domain expert on investment management services within Infinit-O. In addition to spending a large amount of his time on the consulting side on business process optimization, again, within the investment management space. So I'll start by welcoming Eric. Hi, Eric. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, Mike. Yeah, hi, Mike, and hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I hope I can impart, a lot of things to you.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. So Eric has a wide variety of clients that he supported over his career, largely in the financial services space, as I mentioned. And so today we're going to be talking about the back office of an investment management practice and what those solutions encompass, and how potentially outsourcing might fit within that type of a practice. We're seeing a large swing of interest in the space for a lot of very, very good reasons that where it makes sense to outsource, and in particular offshore. So let's start with talking first about what back office investment management means. And I'll be handing off to Eric to talk about things such as some of the trends and whatnot. So to start off, Eric, maybe just give us kind of an overview of what the back office is within an investment management practice, and then maybe some of the trends that you're seeing, why the growth is happening that we've been experiencing, and interest in outsourcing the back office.
Yeah, sure, Mike. Any asset manager would typically have 3, departments or groups. That would be the front office, the middle office, and the back office. So the front office, those are the groups and departments who are primarily responsible for revenue generation. So this would include the research teams, business development, and on the middle office and back office, these are called usually infrastructure groups. These are the finance, portfolio administration, trade settlements, and usually these are considered as cost centers. And a lot of the outsourcing in the past few years or past decade happened on the space of back office and middle office. So we've seen a lot of transfers of processes related to reconciliation, trade settlements, reporting, client administration, and the likes. So that's what a middle office and back office looks like. And some of the trends that are happening in the asset management space, which is, by the way, Mike, last year, around 126 trillion in terms of asset under management. I would consider them into like five buckets, like the trends. The first
Hmm.
one is on the fee compression because of what happened, in the past 4 or 5 years. A lot of the investors and investment companies are looking into how can they manage better the fees being charged to their clients. So in a way, asset managers are looking now into options and alternatives on how they could manage their costs, and that's where outsourcing comes in. So what we've seen so far is that a lot of the managers are looking to the Philippines per se, and tapping partners to outsource mainly their back office and middle office functions.
So cost containment as a way to mitigate fee compression.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense, and it's one of the primary reasons anybody would outsource in the first place is usually around expertise and cost containment, or ability to scale most efficiently. So this seems like that's the same trend that you're seeing in the asset management space.
That's
Um,
correct. Yeah.
So on the back office side, we talk about things like managing portfolios, trade settlements, portfolio accounting, reporting. Is this a big industry, Eric?
It is. They deal a lot with compliance. So these are reporting that are required by regulatory bodies, that are required by the
Mhm.
administrators, the investors themselves. So these are very crucial outputs, and it's considered as important functions for coverage
Mhm.
in the asset management
And they
industry.
can also be, I would take it, very time consuming and labor
Very
intensive.
time consuming. That's right.
And is there quite a bit of the expertise, for example, in the Philippines?
Yes, so we have a lot of, we have a big talent pool in terms of, especially on the portfolio administration. We've built a lot of, expertise over the years. The graduates and some of the universities are already looking into this, industry and integrate certain, learnings in their curriculum to ensure that their graduates are already aware or have a sort of sense on what asset management is all about. Um, so it's easy to really onboard talents that who can do a back office and middle office functions.
Hmm. And from what I understand, as that talent pool is growing at the sort of entry level, and that there are a lot of firms that have very very specialized expertise within a particular silo within the investment management space. Um, One of the things that sort of differentiates Infinit-O is the ability and experience of growing and widening the talent, the skill sets within the individuals themselves. So, in other words, providing people with a developmental plan so that their expertise can become sort of widened. Is that
Yeah,
is that correct statement as well? So that's one of the things to look out for if someone was looking to outsource. Would you be looking for somebody very very specific and siloed, or would you be looking for people with uh, more or less a wider variety of skill?
yeah. We really take pride in Infinit-O, that we're able over the years able to create or develop internal programs that are helping the generalists, the entry levels to transition into becoming professionals in the asset management space. It's an extensive. There are a lot of extensive programs available, not just on the operation side, but also on the tech side. We're able
Hmm.
to cross train some of our members from the operations doing back office and middle office functions into becoming a full-fledged technology people. So it's
Hmm.
not just that we're building or developing programs to address like the middle office, back office functions, but also we're trying to build expertise on the technology. space as well
Mhm.
within the investment industry.
Gotcha. And I think that's what sort of is the definition of a real partnership, um,
Yes.
in that nothing stays static in this world, and certainly not in the space with the in the investment management space. And so therefore you need people that can adapt and evolve. And I think that that is a very positive, I'd say a very positive characteristic that our clients look to from us. So let's get back to sort of the rationales as to what are the reasons why firms outsource and what functions that they are. You mentioned cost containment, and we talked about saving time and resources. So what other reasons are there that firms are outsourcing? Does it have anything to do with efficiency or scalability?
Another reason is some of the asset managers they have this so-called follow the sun strategy, wherein they want to ensure that everything's covered 24/5, and that's why they partner with institutions like us, like Infinit-O, who can operate 24 by 7 actually. And That's another one. And also like the talent and the domain expertise available here in the Philippines, as mentioned earlier. And I think there's a third and very important, the intangibles. Like, the Filipinos and the talents here are really, really hardworking, very flexible, accommodating, and creative. So I believe those
Mhm.
three things are also some of the reasons why they continue to outsource.
Gotcha. Thanks, Eric. That's very true. And what I've found over these last many years working with Infinit-O and the great people in the Philippines, it's an amazing depth of talent available, and also the desire to become world class. I
Mhm.
think from every individual's perspective as well as the firm itself, and I think that's proven out. Whenever you can achieve a net promoter score of 65 to 70, you are in world class status. So all that's very, very true. Um, and a couple other elements I've seen is not just on the efficiency side, but scalability. When you are a firm that is fast growing or needs to scale quickly, you need to find a partner that has that ability to scale with you. And I think that that's been one of the key drivers as I've met with a lot of C-level folks in the space, has been one of the evaluating criteria is about scalability. So I appreciate that. What about risk management? Back office functions are critical to the success of the investment management firm, as you've talked about. So if there are errors or delays, are those consequential?
Mhm. Yes, there are operational risks. There's also uh, the risks that might impact like the brand of the asset managers. So that's why you have to really partner with outsourcing companies that who can really who understands their processes and needs. And Infinite-O is an institution who takes pride as well on its certifications on with ISO, doing a lot of due diligence and controls in place. We have the technology in place to ensure that everything is covered and we are able to reduce the risks, of operating an asset management firm. So I think that's another way to look at it. In
Hmm.
other ways, such as resiliency. If you're able to partner with an outsourcing or a company like Infinit-O, you in a way try be able to manage your operational risks by not putting all your eggs in one basket or in one locations. You have a partner that could still operate whenever there are things that are happening within your locations. Those are some of the things that we could look into when we talk about risk management for asset management.
Thank you, Eric. So I guess lastly, the one element we haven't really talked about is how having a great back office can help improve overall client service. So some of those back office functions are critical to providing timely and accurate reporting, for example. Does that reporting include client reporting?
Yes, yes.
Yep. And so what about client service, Eric? As investment management firms are often leery about outsourcing at times because of they want to maintain a certain level of client service. So from your experience and expertise, does having a great back office function impact client service? Can it impact it positively and negatively? And maybe explain a little bit about that.
Yeah. What we usually see is that the things that being outsourced by the asset management firms are not are functions that are not really client facing, but
Hmm.
as part of like client management, there are reports that you need to provide with your clients, and there are other you need to like also answer some of their queries. So those types of things are being handled here as part of the back office functions and the coverage of of some of the outsourcing firms. So if we're able to become more efficient in terms of producing those reports, uh, answering queries in a timely manner, the asset management firm, can focus on how they could improve their the experience, overall experience, or other areas of client management, uh, and add more value to their clients. So leaving us with the mundane, the routinary tasks, the reporting part, they could spend more time focusing on what matters most.
Hmm. Very good. Thank you. So I think in conclusion, as we've talked about this sort of variety of things within the back office of outsourcing firms, to summarize, um, outsourcing those back office functions can offer many benefits to a typical investment management firm, from saving time and resources to managing cost, mitigating risk, and ultimately improving efficiency, productivity, and a firm's ability to scale, ultimately providing better service to their clients. Um, so thanks, Eric, for that discussion. Um, and thanks to everybody. For anything else you'd like to add, Eric?
No, I'd like to say my thanks again to you, Mike, and to the rest of the team for having me here. And we're looking forward to the next episode of our Infinit-O podcast.
Excellent. Thank you, Eric. So thanks to everybody again for tuning into the podcast. We hope you found this sort of broad discussion useful on back office solutions within the investment management space. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast for more insights and discussions on a variety of topics as they relate to typically in the outsourcing world, and the types of trends and things that we're seeing out there in the marketplace. Thanks again. Once again, Mike Gunyon from Infinit-O signing off, and look forward to chatting with you again later.
And that has been the Outsourcing Hub podcast, building great teams combined with powerful technology with Mike Gunyon. Thank you for tuning in. And always remember, start small, exceed expectations, think infinitely. Think Infinit-O.